Hey, South Mountain Community Church. My name is Pastor Kyle. I'm one of the staff members here at Draper. I'm here with Colt, who I've known for a minute now, but he wants to tell you his story because he's getting baptized today. Colt, what'd you grow up believing? Where'd you grow up? Tell me about the beginning.
Yeah, I grew up in Connecticut.
Okay.
Predominant religion up there was Catholicism, so I grew up Catholic, baptized, communion, confirmation.
Wow.
So those are a few of the sacraments that I believed would help me work my way to salvation.
Wow.
In addition, you know, going to confession, we would have to go through a priest, so I didn't really have that direct relationship with God that I do here. So those are the two main differences.
Wow, so you grew up Catholic and experiencing all that. Did you stick with that, or did you start kind of falling off the wagon, or what was that journey like?
Yeah, so I kind of fell away from it. 18, graduated high school, joined the military, so about 10 years in the military, didn't really have a relationship with God. Fast forward a few years after that, my wife and I moved out to Utah.
Okay.
And she started coming to SMCC first, and she had always asked or invited me to come with her. And I kind of just been kicking the can down the road because I wasn't really ready to do that.
Yeah.
Finally, just kind of started going with her and didn't really look back.
Obviously, we believe a lot of different things than Catholicism believes. Tell me about giving your life to Jesus and becoming a Christian.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been a slow, painstaking process. I mean, dealing with like alcohol in the military, using that to suppress my emotions, being emotionally disconnected, consuming pornography, depression, major anxiety, and later suicidal thoughts. Like all of those adding up, I just couldn't handle it on my own. I just remember one day being in my kitchen, just kind of, you know, falling on the floor with my dog and thinking like, there's gotta be something more. And then that's when I truly started understanding God's grace, and that's when I really started noticing some life change. That was about a couple of years ago. So,
you said you started noticing God's grace. What did that do to you as you started kind of interacting with it for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, it's really been just life changing. I find myself trying to be a nicer person. I'm giving things to God.
Yeah.
I'm not putting as much pressure on myself, but I'm trying to be a better person. And in the back of my mind, I'm just so grateful that, you know, He chose me to seek Him. So,
wow, that's a huge part of the gospel, is He chooses us even when we don't deserve it. So why are you getting baptized today? Why is that your next step?
Yeah, I've decided to place my faith in Jesus, and I just want to share that with my SMCC community.
Wow. So who's baptizing you? And what role did they play in your journey?
Yeah, so Evan Roby's baptizing me. He was one of my first, well, he was my first spiritual leaders.
Wow.
My wife, again, started coming to SMCC before me. Yeah. She joined a small group and was like, hey, I'm joining a small group. And I'm like, oh, awesome. She's like, well, it's a couple small group. And Evan and Lauren were, you know, our small group leaders. And I mean, they had just been so patient and understanding with me. And it's really been comforting to know that, that I had someone in my life who was actually taking the time to understand the kind of trauma that I had been going through growing up and in the military, and just really trying to unpack that and still focusing on Christ.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm excited that you're taking this step, excited that Evan gets to be a part of that as you're doing that today, and excited that you get to share that with our church family today.
Yeah, me too.